the most anticipated adventures for our time in South Korea was to visit the demilitarized zone. The DMZ is located at the 38th parallel between North and South Korea. Each country heavily guards their side of the 4-kilometer wide area stretching from coast to coast. The highlight of our tour would be experiencing the joint security area shared by both sides. The JSA is an area where North and South Korea meet and face each other day in and day out. It's an area full of tension, silence, and animosity. We were excited to go there because we knew that we would theoretically be able to step over the north border. Both borders of the DMZ are not only guarded by men and guns, but electric fences and barbed wire. For miles before reaching the entrance to the DMZ, there are barbed wire fences running along the highway. Once we entered the DMZ, we noticed huge obstacles in the road with large spikes sticking out of them. During our tour, we heard a lot about reunification, and when we look at maps of South Korea, they always show the peninsula as a whole. A majority of South and North Koreans see their populations as a single group. Although their aim is for reunification, the heavy enforcement of barriers and boundaries at the DMZ displays an intense distrust between them. Since the 1970s, several secret tunnels from the north have been discovered by the South. In 1978, after being tipped off by a North Korean defector, the South discovered the third tunnel. North Korea denied involvement in the excavating, but later claimed they were digging for coal. Interestingly, though, the cave is granite, but the North were sure to paint the walls black to help their case. So we're told that we aren't allowed to take video inside of the tunnel, but this will do for right now. This is CCTV that they have set up on all areas of the tunnel, and we're going to put on some hard hats and get to go down there in a few minutes after the potty break for those who couldn't wait.
And more importantly is over here.
Oh, this is nice. Hold on. Do you think he's North or South Korean?
He looks suspicious north.
Yeah.
So we've smuggled our camera in, apparently, by accident. And now we're descending into the earth. Oh, we have awesome hats. We're now down all the way into the tunnel, and it is significantly less tall than I am.
After the third tunnel, we were whisked away to Dora Observatory. The observatory allows you to view North Korea and the propaganda village from a large distance.
So that's the DMZ, and off on the horizon, that's North Korea. I'm not allowed to get any closer because of this yellow line. And all these military dudes. You're not supposed to step over this yellow line to take a picture. Whatever.
As I stated before, reunification is important to South Korea. We traveled to Dorasan Station. This station was built with the hopes of reunification and train travel between the South and North. Visiting the empty station was pretty eerie as travel is no longer taking place. South Korea has constructed a building only to be used when and if reunification ever takes place. The Joint Security Area, JSA, was amazing. We were guided by a U.S. soldier, and he was exceptional during the tour. We got a brief overview about the DMZ and JSA and how they came to be. We were then taken closer to North Korea. We were repeatedly told not to make any gestures toward the north. We stepped out from the building on the south side and were greeted by binoculars from the north. The guards from the south were dressed with chains, loud shoes, and intimidating glasses. They hold a posture which looks like they're ready to fight at any minute. We found out their stance is a ready position in Taekwondo. We entered the building where officials from both North and South meet. It was odd hearing the U.S. soldier say, "Come on in, there's plenty of room over there in North Korea." Crossing over the line was exciting. There are two villages located in the DMZ, one in the north and one in the south. The southern village, Taesongdong, has a population of 218 people. Living in this village has its pros and cons. Residents are not called to join the military, nor do they pay taxes, but they do have a curfew of 11 p.m. The village to the north, Kijongdong, is very different. It has a population of 0. The village was built in hopes to attract residents from the south to defect to the north. Upon closer inspection, the south found that the houses were not inhabited. They were merely a facade. The north also set up loudspeakers, which they used to broadcast messages to their southern neighbor to entice them to defect, giving the village its name, Propaganda Village. Our visit to the demilitarized zone was a bit surreal. We never thought we would be standing mere yards from North Korea, watching soldiers monitor us with binoculars. The intensity of the joint security area will always be an exciting moment remembered from our time in Korea.